Welcome to the Sinclair suite. Hope you have a great stay. A couple of tutorials for this room. As you come in, over here to the side of the curtain is your front porch light with a dimmer that controls the light right outside your door. If you come up the stairs, there is a light right here that is controlled by the switch at the top of the stairs, the one that has the cover on it. All you do is stick your finger on the side, click it up, and then the staircase will illuminate. This is for the fan in the ceiling. This needs to stay up. This is for the light, needs to stay up. And then you can take the remote for the fan and the light in the ceiling, point it up. You'll have an up light, you have a down facing light, and then you have your fan, which you can control the speed here. If you want any of the lights off, and fan off. Simple enough. The key is to keep those two switches in the up position during your stay. Next we have television. This is a smart TV with a cable box. There are two remotes. One says Spectrum on it, and the other is the remote that came with the television. If you want to watch cable, you'll take the Spectrum remote, push the cable button on the far right, and then the power button on the right. This little light right here will come on telling you that the cable box is now on. You can put that aside for the time being and then grab the remote from the television itself, and you'll press the power button in the upper right. From here you have a choice to switch over to cable from this remote, or if you want to have the smart TV component, you can pick either of any of these services that you already have a subscription to, or you can enroll in subscription right here for any of these services here. If you already have a Netflix account, for example, you'll just hit Netflix, you'll log in, and you'll be all set. We ask that you please deactivate your profile once you check out. If you want to watch cable, you'll press this input button on the upper left corner, and then you'll use the arrow button to scroll until you see cable box highlighted. Oops, that went a little fast. So you'll watch this bar across the middle of the screen. There you go, cable box, and select OK. And now you're back to cable. If you want to find out the channels that are available on the cable, you'll go back to this remote, Spectrum. This button right here is Guide, and that'll bring you to the grid that shows you the available stations. You'll use this remote for volume and channel choices. When you're on the smart TV using Netflix, etc., then you will use that remote for volume, etc. To turn everything off, you'll go back to your Spectrum remote, hit power, that will turn off the cable box, grab your TV remote, and that will turn off the TV. You're all set with that. The Sinclair suite has an electric fireplace that uses this remote. You have to stand right at it and point it. If you run into the challenge like I am right now, just give it a moment. It has a very sensitive, there we go. So probably pointing it towards the right where the receiver is the best. So it has a heat function. You can turn heat off. It also has lights and then a dimmer. So you can play around with the settings that work for you. Just please remember to turn it off when you leave. And that remote is sitting right up here. And then here's your internet The password will be written on the laminated card that is sitting on your bedside table. And that will also include Stacy's phone number should you have any problems, and the time for breakfast, which is at 9 o'clock unless otherwise posted at the inn when you check in. Have a great stay.